salvation and happiness. It's your season. It's your time. God has plans for your life to prosper you and to give you hope and a future. Join us and learn how God's love and power can bring hope and happiness to your life. This is your opportunity for motivation, encouragement, and purpose.
HBCU, stand up. Like Jefferson. Let's go. My HBCU better than yours. 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 Where you from? From the north. Where you from? From the south. Where you from? From the east. Where you from? From the west. My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better than yours. Either from the sweat or the me. Come on. The CIAA or the CF. HBCU is where to be. We compete, but we're family. They're from the swag, from the me, the CIAA. HBCU is where to be. We compete, but we're family. They're from the swag, from the me, the CIAA or the CF.
Welcome to the show, y'all. What's really happening? Hey, Monique. How you doing today? What's the word on your side of the country?
It's 105 in Texas. Stay indoors.
Wow. Well, listen, it's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. I don't care how you spend it. It's a great day to be here. Hello to everyone. If you're watching us on the Daily Gospel Network, on Facebook, on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, you're listening to us on any of our podcast stations, hello and how are you? It's another great day. Hey, new product alert. Well, it's not new product alert. I just wanted to just wear my product today. Look at you got on this shirt.
Yay, look. And look, I got them too.
And you got on your HBCU alum earrings. I love it. Come on, let's go. I'm here for it. Okay. So listen, we got another great show for today. HBCU news you can use. Well, first of all, have you ever thought about going to grad school?
Oh, I've been to grad school, but I've been told I should get a law degree because I like to prove points.
Oh, really? Oh, well, you like to argue.
I like to win.
I love it. So listen, I'm glad you brought it up. So we got this topic for today talking about, oh my gosh, what do we have to talk about? So today, I know what we're going to talk about. HBCU HBCU law schools. And I guess the idea is the value of HBCU law schools. Yeah, so there was an article that was in the nationaljurist.com. I'm going to read this. I got some notes, and you got some notes too if you want to bring up something. And it talks about, did you know that there are only 6 accredited HBCU law schools in the country, right? So they are Florida A&M University College of Law, North Carolina Central University School of Law, Southern University Law Center, Texas Southern University Thurgood Marshall School of Law, and the University at the District of Columbia. Now, some of these law schools have produced some great
powerhouse.
Some powerhouse. I'm gonna just name one off the rip: Thurgood Marshall.
That's like.
The question is there another Thurgood Marshall out there?
It's some up and coming. I can say it's some up and coming, but did you know the top HBCU law schools? You know it's 3, right? The top 3.
The top 3. Who?
Yes, Howard School of Law.
Oh, okay. I forgot about them. I forgot to mention Howard School of Law.
North Carolina Central University School of Law. But I didn't know Southern University Law Center was on the top 3 either.
Those are the top 3. Now, what I did also find out in reading both this article from the nationaljurist.com and also from the law.com talked about HBCU law schools face severe underfunding. Did not know that. And we have to tighten the belt. But the question becomes, what is there left to tighten? Our law schools are struggling at best, much like our regular undergraduate or graduate school programs. And even though that we are responsible, these schools are responsible for producing 25% of all the law degrees earned by Black students, yet we are just 3% of the nation's law schools across the country.
Wow.
Now, Dean Keller, who's at Deidre Keller, said told that a huge amount of the pressure to succeed may not exist in every law school, but there's a lot of pressure at our HBCU law schools because of funding. Biggest thing is about funding. And the other one is about the recruitment of how we recruit students into these programs.
Mm-hmm.
And how we can maybe shift that paradigm to figure out how we can shift and get the idea of how we can get more of our undergrads into that. But the thing is, some of our undergrads are coming out of school with a lot of balances and they can't afford it. It's like, okay, I can't afford these law schools because I can't pay undergrad school.
That's true.
Yeah, I find that they are trying to make recruitment easier in some places and cases where they're trying to increase the number of application deadlines. They are now working to giving prospective law students more ways of showing them that they belong at their programs. They're looking for more diverse talent.
Well, I've seen the internships too. That's a big push.
And they're trying to look at the whole holistic admissions approach, you know, looking at the GRE as opposed to the LSAT scores.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing, okay?
That's a really good thing.
And I love the fact that they said our HBCU law schools are mission-driven or they're mission-based. That was real, because our schools have a rich history of providing professional and personal connections to the field of law. Because the biggest one, you know, we can connect to is civil rights. Even
that's true. And looking at some of the campuses, well, not some, but all of them, like the top 3 are in those areas where civil rights was really big. If you just look at it.
Listen,
next.
That part right there. That part right there. So that means that's the big thing that we are trying to deal with. And so today we have a special guest who is an attorney at law with the Morehouse College. So he's a Morehouse man.
Okay.
Class of 2016. Listen, this gentleman, he's no stranger. He's right here in Cleveland, Ohio. He's my fraternity brother. Don Cox, I'm gonna mess up his first name, but I'm not gonna say his first name. I'm gonna let him say it. Don Cox from Morehouse College. You know, he's an attorney, he's a practicing attorney at law. He works at Ulmer and Byrne LLP. I'm looking forward to talking with him about advocating for HBCUs. And I'm gonna ask him that question: where can we find the next Thurgood Marshall, or even does that even exist in today's society? I guess that's my question. Does that even still exist in today's society? Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the HBCU Alumni House Party. I'm Anthony. This is Monique. We'll be right back with more of the show right after this.
For more than 75 years, UNCF, the United Negro College Fund, has worked to combat deep-rooted obstacles to higher educational access, achievement, and career success, annually providing financial and educational support to our 37-member historically Black colleges and universities. Please give what you can. UNCF, our HBCUs, and our students appreciate you and your donation, no matter how big or small. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Do you have hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars to pay college application fees if you want to apply to multiple colleges? Do you want to complete several college applications entering the same information over and over again at college fairs? Save both time and money with the Common Black College app by going to commonblackcollegeapp.com and applying to over 50 historically Black colleges and universities at the same time. Thank you, and get educated.
Listen, you already know that the HBCU experience like no other college experience. And as a matter of fact, it is an experience that you will remember for the rest of your life. Now, not only should you be able to remember the time, you should also be able to represent the memory with a life on the yard apparel. Now, these shirts allow you to bring a little bit of nostalgia back by allowing you to wear the memories of being on the yard, especially from some of those landmarks that no longer exist. This is my freshman dorm right here. And right now, you can represent those memories in your dorm life and support the HBCU Alumni Care campaign with your purchase. It's really easy. Just go to www.lotyyapparel.com and search for your HBCU and dorm. Use the promo code HBCU Live, and $2 each purchase will support the campaign. Now, if you don't see your school or your dorm, just drop your company a message. Use the Contact Us tab, and they will work on supporting your request. So what are you waiting for? Purchase a shirt, support the campaign, and represent those memories with Life on the Yard apparel. Your HBCU experience. And don't forget to use the promo code HBCU Live. Hey, welcome back to the show. Yes. All right, so So listen, we're gonna jump right into this topic. I got my good brother, Mr. Fox, who's here, Morehouse College alum, right here in Cleveland, Ohio. He's an attorney and a professor. Monique, yeah. So we gonna get the skinny on this one right here. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Brian, how you doing? Doing all right.
Man, listen, if I had
Monique,
your
how
hand,
you doing?
I'm good.
if I had your hand, I give mine back. Now, first of all, pronounce your first names. I'm gonna mess it up.
All right, so it's McClellon. McClellon Don Cox III.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say something else. McClellon. Okay, I could do that. McClellon. We could do that. So welcome to the show, brother. How you doing?
I'm well. I'm still at work. You can see right now, the grind never stops. In the practice of law, the grind never sleeps.
So wait, you are a professor. Where do you teach at?
So I'm a practicing attorney, but I also teach at Case Western Reserve University School of Law, where I graduated from. I coach the Black Law Students Association's mock trial team.
Come throw it in. Give it back.
All right, so real quick, what was it like? Give me one good experience that you can fondly remember from your freshman year at Morehouse.
Freshman year at Morehouse. Man, I would say that one of my fondest memories had to be homecoming. So, I'm from Atlanta and I had been to homecoming, but the homecoming hit different when you were a student. You know what I mean? So I never forget, and many people don't know, but I was a transfer. I transferred from a PWI to
I never knew.
Yes, to Morehouse after my freshman year, and so going to Morehouse my freshman year and just seeing the blackness, the intelligence, the swag, the everything that comes with the HBCU. It was beautiful. I mean, it was something that I'll never forget. But definitely, my first homecoming was, oh man, it was awesome.
Okay. All right. So now here we go. Monique and I, you heard us talking earlier about this whole idea of HBCU law schools and whether they're being underfunded or just the idea of where we can get more enrollment, admissions, engagement, and things of that nature. So as a law student who, you were once a law student and, having matriculated through both Morehouse and Case Western Reserve, what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, so in the practice of law, there's kind of, and maybe this is true with respect to going to school generally, but there's just this desire for folks going to law school to go to the highest ranked law school that you can go to according to the metrics that are out there, right? Mm-hmm. The group of examiners get together and they put together a list of the best law schools. Most of them are Ivy League. And there's this notion, right, that the higher ranked law school you attend, right, the better off you'll be in terms of job perspectives after you graduate. And so I think that's what kind of motivates people of color, especially, I think, to go to some of these higher ranked law schools. But I think what is sometimes lost by students, especially students who don't have that HBCU experience, is, what you can't read on paper with respect to HBCUs, right? The intangibles about HBCUs, that cultivation you get from staff, faculty and staff who genuinely care about you as not just students, but as people. And so I think that in the practice of law, that's one of the things that kind of maybe steers some of, us from HBCUs. And you also mentioned the piece about funding, and I think it's true. I mean, a lot of our HBCUs are underfunded. They have trouble, I think, sometimes attracting some of the talent. And I think part of that is because of some of their admissions criteria. I think that across the board, not just HBCUs, there needs to be a rethinking and a reevaluation of what we view as, the criteria for admissions, because when you knock down some of these like the LSAT people, LSAT is one of the big things that you got to have a high LSAT score, right? Well, I didn't have the greatest LSAT score, but yeah, I was able to go to law school, excel, and now I'm excelling in the practice of law. So
that goes back to me when I used to tell students all the time, like, listen, C's get degrees.
Right.
You don't ask a lawyer or a doctor what their transcript is. We just know they're a lawyer or they're a doctor. Now, I'm not saying that you're not gonna get a C, but the idea is don't just rest on the LSAT necessarily, because you can still turn that thing around.
Exactly.
Don't count yourself out necessarily.
Exactly.
Okay. So here's the question, and I said this earlier. Where can we find the next Thurgood Marshall?
So I mean, there are two attorneys that come to mind now that I mean I would consider, if not on that level, on their way. Right? You have a gentleman by the name of Ben Crump, who I think many of us are familiar with. He was the attorney for Trayvon Martin, Kendrick Johnson down in Georgia, and
They both powerhouses.
work, right? A lot of civil rights work down in Florida, but across the nation, right? And I think that some of the things that he's done in the realm of civil rights, it mirrors Thurgood Marshall in many respects. Another brother who I also consider to be kind of on that path, I think, would be Lee Merritt, who is actually a Morehouse graduate from Texas, who went to I think he went to Temple University School of Law. But those two brothers are always in the news, always out in front of cameras, fighting the good fight, civil rights fight, as Thurgood Marshall did during his heyday.
Wow. Hey, so I just got another question. Listen, with all of the, I guess, civil unrest, that's been happening in our country,
Everywhere.
and the plight of, again, especially men, African American men, and the legal system. From your professional opinion or thought process, how can we shift how do we shift the pendulum to be in a place where it's being supportive of our cause and not the angst, if I could say that?
Yeah, one of the things that I always talk about on this point is I think that as citizens, as just regular old folks out here in the community, one of the things that we can do is vote, right? I think that one of the things that we need to do is to make sure that not just for the president, right? Not just at these national elections, but making sure that we're getting out and voting for our local elections. Because when you think about it, when it comes to the decisions of in some states and in some counties, who your local prosecutor is, you vote that person in, right? Sometimes in these cities where it comes to your local state court judges, some of these states, like Ohio, you vote these people in, right? So I think it's important to go out to the polls and vote for these people at the local level who have a lot of say on some of these policies and some of these things when it comes to criminal justice and justice.
Say that again for the folks in Texas.
In Georgia, in Florida, Ohio. So,
Wow.
That's the struggle here is
so the biggest thing is vote.
I think that's one of the things. And then another thing is I think that I personally would like to see, now this may sound kind of bad because I do work at a corporate law firm, but I mean, I think that we do need to see, a few more Black prosecutors, Black attorney generals, because, I think it's different when you have a person of color who's sitting in that seat, who has that, what we call prosecutorial discretion to say, am I going to put this young brother away or this young sister away for 10 years for something that they did? Or do I see in them maybe myself or one of my cousins or my brother or my sister, right? Am I going to give them another opportunity to turn their lives around?
Hey, okay, but I know the clock is ticking. I know we got to go back. Okay, real quick, what's your thought about our SCOTUS?
You mean the one that was just appointed?
Well, no, just in general, overall, the whole Supreme Court.
Listen. Going back to voting, I think it's important that we make sure that we vote, because we see that when we did not vote a few years back, somebody was in power that appointed not one, not two, but 3 Supreme Court justices, and hence the result we have today. Voting is important, people.
Wow. Okay.
It's
That's all I'm saying on that.
Right. That was a very generic. I love how you frame that. However, let's talk about our most recent one.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's it.
Come on, Miss Brown.
Look, man. Like I said, I wasn't alive. Any of us were alive when Thurgood Marshall was appointed to the Supreme Court justice years ago. But I mean, the excitement and just the overall pride that I felt when that happened. I mean, I can imagine that's how they felt back in the day.
And I didn't feel that way with the other one.
Third good?
No.
Oh, you talking about which one are you talking about? Oh. Yeah. Different circumstances, I think. I can say that, all right?
All right. Listen, I ain't
Keep
gonna
it
hold
real
you.
with you, all right?
I ain't gonna hold you. Listen, I think we got to roll up out of here. I hear my background music going.
Hey, I appreciate the invite, good brother.
Listen, we're gonna come back. I'm gonna get a closing thought from you in just a moment. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the HBCU Alumni House Party. We'll be right back with more of the show right after this.
Hey everyone, let me tell you about exclusively HBCU. They are more than your typical subscription box service. Their mission is to highlight and collaborate with other HBCU alums and entrepreneurs while providing opportunities and scholarships to current and future HBCU scholars. And did I mention they have a really great product line like this, and this, and even this. The company's aim is to bring awareness to HBCU's rich history and showcase why our alma maters are still relevant and essential today. Now, they want to continue their support by donating 10% of each sale to the United Negro College Fund by using the promo code UNCF at checkout. So go check out their website at www.exclusivelyyhbcu.com and grab you something nice for yourself or that HBCU student of yours. Better yet, sign up for the quarterly subscription box and use promo code UNCF at the checkout. And by the way, tell them that your Uncle Anthony sent you.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home. Hey, my HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better than yours.
Hey everyone, here is another Inspire Me moment in 60 seconds. And today's thought is, as one goes through life, one learns that if you don't paddle your own canoe, you don't move. For a while, you have sought the support and the counsel of others. It's now time for you to go further and achieve more by utilizing the skills and advice you've acquired from life lessons. And it all starts with you making the next move. You have been preparing this for your whole life. Now it's time to move upstream to your next adventure. Hey, that's all I got for today. Remember to do all the things on social media. Go out and make today absolutely amazing.
As always, thank you for doing all the social media things such as like, comment, follow, subscribe, and share this message on all your media platforms. Even more, hit the bell notification so you never miss a video or an upload.
Hey, welcome back to the show. All right. Hey. So listen, our guest for today, McClellon, Don Cox, Esquire, Morehouse College man, class 2016, attorney and professor at the Case Western Reserve University. Listen, thank you for your insight, your thoughts, your feedback on just this topic of today about HBCUs and law schools and things of that nature. You're more than welcome to come back anytime. Now, before we get up out of here, Don, you got anything you want, any parting words or thoughts you want to share with our viewing audience?
Yeah, I would just say, for any student of color, young person of color, or older person of color, because there are a lot of people who are trying to go to law school at different stages of life, understand that while it is a long, arduous journey, you can do it, right? It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, long hours, late nights, study sessions. You may cry a little bit, but guess what? I can do it. If others who have come before you can do it, you can do as well. Stay the course, stay strong. And if you ever need anything, I'm always a resource. You can reach out to me. Social media, DC_Teflon. I'm always able and willing to answer any question that you may have.
Awesome sauce. Monique, what you got going on down there in San Antonio?
Well, in San Antonio, we are preparing for our HBCU South Texas experience and summer send-off. So it will happen on August 6th. We want everybody to come out, alum, current students, potential HBCU scholars. We just want everybody to come and celebrate our newest members of the family. So that is August 6th at Second Baptist Church Gymnasium, 2 to 6. You'll see me there. I think I'm representing Bethune that day. I'm going to be a Bethune graduate that day.
I love it. And listen, real quick, if you did not know, Mary McLeod Bethune was trending back on the 13th of July because Dr. Bethune was honored with a statue in Statuary Hall in the United States Capitol for all of her great work. She was replacing a Confederate person, soldier, somebody for Florida. But now, listen, this is huge for HBCU community because not only is she a founder of an HBCU, she attended a historically Black college. So we got an HBCU alum. She went to Barbara Scotia. She's a member of Delta Sigma Theta. She founded the National Council of Negro Women. So much more first, but it was an amazing event. So if you haven't checked it out, you got to just hashtag, Mary McLeod Bethune Statuary Project or something. You'll find out more information about all of that and then some. Thank you again, Don. As always, you're more than welcome to come back anytime. This is my good frat brother here, Monique. The good fam up in the house. Listen, we're not gonna hold you shoot for the move you miss. You will always be amongst the stars. Until next time, we will see you next week, same time, same channels. For more information about what we do, how we do, when we do, go check me out on my website at www.aharrisbrown.com. I think I'm gonna throw this up on the chat. Can I throw it up on the screen? There we go. There it is, right there. aharrisbrown.com. Go to my website. Let me know if you want to be a guest on the show. You want to advertise, let me know. And we will see you next week.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for tuning in to another fabulous segment of the HBCU House Party with your host, Anthony Brown. Tune in next week for more fun, education, and inspiration as we spotlight historically Black universities and colleges all over the country. So, until next time, support an HBCU and help cultivate the wealth of talent these universities and colleges have to offer. You never know, the student you help could be the next one to change the world.
HBCU better than yours. HBCU better than yours. HBCU better than yours. HBCU better than yours. Where you from? From the north. Where you from? From the south. Where you from? From the east. Where you from? From the west. HBCU better than yours. HBCU better than yours. Either from the SWAC or the MEAC. Come on. CIAA or the CIAC. HBCU is where to be. We compete, but we're family. They're from the SWAC, from the MEAC, CIAA or the CIAC. HBCU is where to be. We compete, but we're still family. My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better than yours.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.